Hello everyone, I'm Suparna Shri and you're watching Jagran English. We are bringing to you the latest updates of the Maharashtra, Jharkhand, West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh elections results. So today we have with us an expert in the newsroom and she is going to shed light on all these states and what is the ground reality of these states and what the citizens of this state actually wants. Hello ma'am, welcome to the show.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
So the biggest question that we have today is who is going to be the chief ministers faced in Maharashtra? What's your take, ma'am?
Thank you, Suparna. That's a very important question. Well, if we see the present figures, BJP is having 130 seats, which is approximately double than what the whole MVA has. And of course, it's a part of the coalition, NDA coalition or Mahayuti. So I believe that all the three important factors or people or the coalition partners, they play an important role in the win of the Mahayuti. But at the same time, since BJP has so many seats and people have given a thumping majority to them, so they deserve to have a CM face, and I believe Devendra Fadnavis will be the next CM face. But in addition to that, since it was a coalition, I believe that all the important factors or the groups in the coalition, they'll sit together and work out a formula to have CMs and deputy CMs, which will be satisfactory to all the important partners. But yes, I do look at Devendra Fadnavis as the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
So, our audience would like to know what is the current reality of Maharashtra?
Well, again, a very important question, Suparna. Well, just look at this, Suparna, that in 2019, since 2019, let's say the next 5 years, we had three different governments or the CMs in Maharashtra, which highlights how not stable or unstable the government in Maharashtra is. So what I believe that presently people have voted for, in addition to many other reasons, one big reason was stability. They want a stable government in Maharashtra, and that is the reason not only they have given such thumping majority to Mahayuti, because they remember what happened in 2019 when the people they gave good win, they could not form the government and there was a lot of issues. So this time they not only gave them thumping majority, but at the same time they want stability. They want a government which can actually work for their development. And Suparna, I'm sure you're aware one very interesting thing, that there was some misconceptions in the minds of the people. And one of these important factors or misconceptions was this one in related to reservation. So BJP or the NG Alliance or Mahayuti actually clarified that, and this time they have got not only the OBC votes but the Maratha votes also, the women votes also, the whole formula of Madhav which they have been adopting since 1990s has worked, and also they have taken forward another thing which they did from the Haryana elections where they consolidated the OBC votes. So here also they consolidated the OBC votes, but of course since Eknath Shinde, he was the face of Marathas as chief minister, so they have got all the votes from Marathas as well as the OBC and the women. Another misconception that was there, Suparna, was regarding that BJP or the NGA is taking economic investments out, and one big example was the semiconductors which were moved from Maharashtra to Gujarat. So in order to clarify this misconception, what BJP did or NDA did was that they brought SHUNABs, the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab here, World Economic Forum, and they have signed an MOU, and in that, in the next couple of years, about 300 billion US dollars investments will come to Maharashtra. So that's a big important thing. Yeah, absolutely. So I believe that not only they have clarified the misconception, they have gone ahead with the double engine Sarkar, they have also gone with the slogan which actually bounded the people together, Ek hai to safe hai. So it was a combination of everyone, Prime Minister Modi's efforts, CM's efforts, Mahayuti's efforts in Maharashtra, as well as the effort of Chief Minister Yogi, who actually campaigned in Maharashtra in the last phase of the election, or which proved crucial in the win of the BJP. And since you're asking me about the development issues or the issues in Maharashtra, so I think this election highlight one important point that, of course, caste, class, gender, even ideology may be an important factor to some extent, but people are actually voting for development. Whether it's the urban Setu, whether it is the coastal road, and you'll also be surprised to know, Suparna, that people even in the rural belt, they have voted for BJP or Mahayuti. So that means they have gone ahead and ensured that this development percolates down to the last person. Take the example of the women's, the whole idea of having or giving them monthly income to the women who are deserving, the whole idea of having a scheme which actually makes women self-independent, which actually shows that, okay, women voters are important, they have their own say. So women have come out. If you look at the figures, 65% voting is really good in the last 30 years. So what we can say that women are voting independently, they are coming out of their homes, and they have voted for development, they have voted for their own issues. Another example is the farmers' issue. I have said to you in one of the earlier interviews that you took that like UP is a gateway to India, Vidarbha is a gateway to Maharashtra, and the farmers' issue was very, very important in areas like Vidarbha, where you have the soya bean, the cotton issues of the farmers. So what BJP or Mahayuti did, they actually ensured that one, the farmers, they will be buying the output or the produce of the farmers, minimum price is increased. Second, they also ensure that farmers get good facilities like irrigation. And the third important thing, they actually are talking about waiving of the loans of the farmers, So it has gone down really well with the farmers, and they are believing, and they're right also, because they have seen development under the Mahayuti, that definitely this government is going to actually fulfill the promises and take forward the development that is already happening.
Very true. So, ma'am has actually described all the scenarios, whether it is the women's who have voted to the BJP and the NDA alliance, and other aspects, the farmers aspect, and other things. That is the actual ground reality of Maharashtra right now. So, when we switch to Jharkhand, what do you think, ma'am? What is the ground reality of Jharkhand? Because JMM is winning in Jharkhand. So,
Well, I think couple of factors are responsible for the present way that we can see during the elections. One is, of course, as you mentioned, JM is on the way to victory, and BJP couldn't, or the NDA alliance couldn't perform as well as expected, or as predicted by the opinion polls. Well, one, of course, is the CM phase, I think, which is a big factor, because BJP or the NDA alliance, they could not project a CM face, and people need someone to connect with. That's very important. So that was one of the factors. The second factor is, of course, the Adivasi. So Adivasi vote, that is very crucial factor in actually showing the result that we can see right now. The third important factor, I would say, is the turncoats, because if you look at a couple of people, including Champai Soren or Sita Soren. So I think it did not gel well with the people, that people who are turncoats, how they are performing or how they are doing. Another important thing that I would say during this is obviously how the things are presently in Jharkhand, the sympathy factor that Hemant Soren had, because he was arrested. So I think that sympathy factor continued. Yeah, continued from the Lok Sabha election. So that hasn't changed, Still people have been or are thinking. And finally, Suparna, this whole idea of women voters is very crucial. It worked in Maharashtra, it worked here also. The only difference is that it worked for different parties, because JMM was the ruling party here. So instead of an anti-incumbency, what we have seen, the kind of scheme they have been running, whether it's Maiya Samman Yojana, where they were giving help to the women. So actually that also percolated down. And finally, I would add another factor, that is about the Kudmi voters or the OBC. I think their votes, because BJP has a stronghold, their votes also got divided. divided between the BJP and taken by the other parties which have just arose during last couple of months.
Very true. So now we will be shifting our focus to West Bengal. We can clearly see that the TMC has swept away all these 6 seats of the West Bengal. What's your take on this, ma'am?
Well, Suparna, I'll add both about West Bengal and UP by-elections here. Well, of course, in the West Bengal, what we can see is that the women are still able to connect with Mamata Banerjee.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the
Even
factors.
after, I believe, even after that RG case.
Yes, so I think that is one of the factors, in what we are seeing in West Bengal. Well, if you remember in the national elections, the BJP or the NDA alliance, they did try, and all to make inroads. So I would say yes, definitely their vote share may be increasing, but it actually has to translate in actual seats. That's important. And same for the UP, but UP in a very different format. I think there was a lot of misconception and a narrative which was created during the Lok Sabha elections in the UP. Showing the constitution and the whole plank of the reservation and all. So I think that misconception has been cleared now, and people actually know that, okay, this is the government, double engine government, or Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So this government is working for them. They have realized that, and now you see it's absolutely the turnabout. BJP had, out of the 9, they had 3. Now I believe they have 6+ seats, and NDA has 7, right? So that clearly shows that people have realized the whole idea of ek hai to safe hai, double engine sarkar, sabka saath, sabka vishwas, and the development. So people are actually voting for that. And also like Maharashtra, I think UP is also developing into a big tourism or demanding or asking or even attracting investments, from the foreign countries. So absolutely, I think it's a win-win situation. Creation of the jobs, so gelling with the youth, Skill India, Digital India, all that has actually gelled with the people. And final point that I would share, Suparna, regarding the overall election scenario in all these states, well, what has happened is a couple of things. One is the transparency. The present government, whether the central government or state government, is trying to remove the intermediaries, and they're connecting directly with the people, whether it's direct bank transfer or direct renewal of your ID cards or etc. Right? So that transparency is actually getting very well with the people. It has just caught the imagination of the people. And another thing, the social media or the digital technology, because not only the youth, people say youth are digital savvy. I would say even the senior people are digital savvy nowadays. They are learning, and they are learning it very well. So I think the people are just going on the digital media or the social media, just getting the information that they want, and they are getting the information from there, which is actually adding to how they understand, okay, this government is working for them. So I think the technology plays a very important role in the contemporary elections.
Very true. So, we have already given you all the insights of the elections that happened today. The clear results will be out very soon of all these states. So thank you so much for watching. I know, and also thank you so much, ma'am. I know our viewers are surely going to get enlightened by the preciseness of your thoughts, how you delivered it, how you made them understand. It was very, very clear from point to point. So do let us know if you like the video. Do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.